Guys, how are you doing? This is your boy Brian coming back to this brand new video. This is me here in my backyard, about to go to work, but I wanted to make this very quick video to talk about, some of the news that we got from MMA like over the last 2 days. So yesterday I was trying to make a video to talk about, what I thought about, Paulo Costa coming out and talking about the injury that he had and the fact that he still wanted to fight Hamza Chimaev, even with that surgery that he got, in his elbow. So basically, for those of you who don't know, 5 weeks away from the fight that is happening in 2 weeks now, Paulo Costa had a staph injury, so he went to the to the hospital, tried to get it tested, and tried to figure out a way to take care of it. And they told him that he had to get a small surgery on that one. So that meant that he wasn't going to be able to use his arm for at least 2 to 3 weeks. And my problem with that news, the fact that Paulo Costa decided to share it with us. For me, it's always like it seemed like an excuse, making an excuse before the fight even happens. Talking about the fact that okay, I had this health issue and I had to deal with it. But you know what? I decided to take on the fight. You know what? When you decide to take on the fight, you decide to deal with that injury by yourself. You don't need to tell us. We care about you. We care about you being healthy. But we don't want you to come out and tell us that okay, I'm still going to fight in 2 weeks. But you know what? Look at my arm. I still have this bandage from the surgery that I got. I couldn't work out fully. I couldn't train as I wanted to, but I'm still going to go out there and kick Hamza Chimaev's ass. I'm going to beat him anyways. So we don't want to hear that for many reasons. First, it sounds like an excuse that you are making before the fight, because if you go out there and you fight Hamza Chimaev and you lose to him, what are people going to say? You are going to take away from the victory of Hamza Chimaev, and that's something that, as your opponent, if I was your opponent, I wouldn't want you to do. Also, just remember the fact that Hamza Chimaev is one of the upcoming big stars, and UFC has a very, very big belief in him. They really believe in him. They have high hopes for him, and they won't want you to undermine his victory in case he was to win, and in case he was to lose. Just think about the ramifications that is going to have on Hamza Chimaev's career and everything that goes with it. People are going to say, you know what, Paulo Costa wasn't able to train in his fullest, but he was still able to beat Hamza Chimaev. So as a competitor, as a fighter, I don't think that Chimaev and his team would like you to come out and talk about this injury. If you want to fight him, you accept to fight him, then you keep quiet and you don't talk about the injury that you have. And just to confirm my theory, to confirm the fact that I think that was a stupid and very poor decision that you made, that your manager, who's your girlfriend, should have advised you not to come out and talk about it. Dana White came out yesterday, in his press conference, and was saying that they are looking for another fight for Hamza Chimaev, because they don't want you to go out there with that injury and that the fact that people know, and you make them look bad. You make the UFC look bad. If you beat Hamza Chimaev, you make the UFC look bad. If you are beaten, you make the organization still look bad. So I believe the UFC is making the right decision if they are looking for another fight for Hamza Chimaev. I think a hot name right now would be Bo Nichols. If they put Bo Nichols out there as a backup fighter to fight Hamza Chimaev instead of Paulo Costa, that would be a very interesting, and it's going to get people excited about the scouts and about this fight. Now the question is Bo Nichols ready to go out there on a week or 2 weeks notice and risk his undefeated record against someone as dangerous as Hamza Chimaev? I know the guy is a big mouth, and he talks the talk, but can he walk the walk? Can he take that big risk? I don't know. We'll have to see which name they are going to come up with. But I believe Bonico will be a very interesting, name to put out there. And if he wins, the guy is going to be a very big superstar, beating the superstar that Hamza Shamayev is. The second thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that so Charles Oliveira is no longer going to be fighting Islam Makhachev in UFC 294. So basically, he had a cut, while training a 5-round, sparring for 5 rounds. So he's being replaced by the one and only Alex Volkanovski. I should be excited about this, but the reason I'm not really excited about it is because I wanted them to have the rematch on a full training camp. Both of them, no excuses. Now we are having Alex Volkanovski, who is the number 2 ranked pound fighter in the world, having to come and fight on 2-week notice. I hope he's been training. I hope he's been just staying ready in case something happened to to Islam or to Charles Oliveira. But because of the circumstances, I'm not really as excited. I wanted Islam to have a full camp training, knowing that he's going to face Alex Volkanovski again, and also Alex Volkanovski having a full camp, knowing that this is his last chance to become a double champ, and he's going to fight someone whom he felt like he won the first fight against, and he's going to face him again to prove that he can beat him. So a full camp would have been a better option, but I'm going to take it as it is, and I'm going to watch that fight, and I'm going to just try to pump myself up and try to be excited. But the fact and the matter is, I wanted them to have the full camp and then face each other, face up with each other. It's the biggest fight that you can make right now outside of the big names like Conor McGregor, Israel Adesanya, and etc. And I believe that both of them having the full camp would have been better, but we have to do what we have to do, and it's an exciting fight anyway. So I'm excited to watch UFC 294. I always had the feeling that the fight between Hamza Shamayev and Paulo Costa wasn't going to happen. And it seems like it's not going to happen anyway. So you guys let me know, what are your thoughts on these two matters? Do you believe it's a good idea for Volkanovski to take this fight on 2 weeks notice, knowing that it's probably going to be his last chance to face a potential opponent in Islam Makhachev, and he's going to Abu Dhabi, which is enemy territory? And also, what do you think about the fact that Paulo Costa decided to come out and talk about that injury 2 weeks removed from the fight? Do you believe that's the reason why the UFC has decided to remove him or to replace him by another fighter? So who is going to replace him? And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe and give me some love. Thank you. Bye bye.